Welcome back. We're going to have a little bit more of a look at variables and also our booleans down here to see how they work. Now at the moment what I'll get you to do is just delete out the print statements that we have in here. Okay, you can leave in the comments if you wish. Okay, but I'll take my comments out just so it stays rather condensed on my screen, and we don't need this up the top here just at the moment. So here we have in our code, we have three variables, and by looking at them we can say, well, this is a string, this is a number, and this is a Boolean. Once we have these in our code, they can be used elsewhere and they can also be changed. So for instance, if down here I type print and type in my string, I can then change my string to be equal to something different. My name is now Bill. Okay. Beneath this, let's type print. Exactly the same, my string. So let's save that and see what happens. And you'll see this happened. So it printed out firstly the contents of my string up the top, because remember, when a code runs, it runs from top to bottom, left to right. So it prints this first. Then you'll see we didn't use the word local. What we did is we took the variable that was here and we changed it to this, and in it goes. Okay, now if we change this to 5 and we say save, it's changed it now to a number. Alright, so just because we call something my string doesn't mean that's what it will stay unless we make it do that. So it's something that you need to be aware of. Alright, now you can do that with any of these, so you can change these values when you come down. Alright, so we'll just I'll get rid of this. Booleans. So as I said, Booleans can only be true or false, and they are how logic is determined. Alright, so if something is logical, there is either a true or a false. It's either yes or no. Okay, now believe it or not, it's a little bit of a hard concept to get your head round, but it's extremely useful in programming. So we're going to introduce a new thing now, and we'll do a little bit more on this in the next video, but we're going to introduce a conditional statement. So if I put in here, if my Boolean equals true, then print yes, it is true. So we're introducing in here some logic and decision making. So we're saying, well, if Boolean, the value here, is true, then we're going to print this. Alright, and we can run it and you can see yes, it's true. Alright, now the interesting thing is that we don't actually need this equals true in here. We can just take this out. So if my Boolean, print this as true, so we'll save this and it still works. Now the reason is that in a conditional statement, this is evaluating whatever is in here. Okay, so if this is true, whatever the statement is in here, then this will run. So if I delete my Boolean out of here and I say if my integer, okay, equals 32.67, as it does, then that will return true also. I can put in anything in here I like, really. I can just put in something like 1 plus 1. Okay, let's try that. What does that do? A bit strange, isn't it? Alright, so anything that returns true, so 1 plus 1, it's not equaling anything, but it's returning true. Alright, so you need to be aware that this needs to return something that is either true or false. So if I put in here though 1 plus 1 equals 3, we need a double equals there, and we'll put these in brackets to say we want to know what this is. Right, so if 1 plus 1 equals 3, then do this. And obviously nothing runs because it's false. Alright, so I just wanted to briefly touch on this because it can get a little bit confusing sometimes, and I just wanted to introduce you to that concept of true and false. We're going to stick to fairly simple examples, and once you get the hang of it, you'll find it very, very useful. So we're going to dive a little bit more into these conditional statements in the next video. So I'll see you there.